And welcome back. Back when we left off last time in Shadow Empire at the bottom of round 149, where we suffered no losses nor any kills, because we're pretty much in a state of peace with everyone, and we have 6 decisions. Anyway, that's a little bit of poor timing. We'll have to get a replacement for him.
Roger that.
Probably want to appoint the org guy first. Only got one guy. It'll be this person for our staff council.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders. Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Minor work strike. We'll get into some of the demands. DH expansion corals. Look at the relationship increase.
Understood.
Then they're offering or suggesting that we should get another advisor, and there is going to be the request for that military person. So we'll grab a military for the military person. And we have a militant lawyer here who will actually probably make the advisor. Inventor, technician, scavenger. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Cap 4, so we'll make you the advisor. And this also Cap 4 guy. Getting some nice high capacity leaders here. But you're obviously more pre-centric to command, so we'll leave you for the military command.
Roger that.
And then relations with these guys. Got cultural exchange up, we got non-aggression pact up. So that probably means I either want to trade or friendship pact next. Do I have a friendship pact? I do. Okay, we'll get friendship pact up.
Roger that.
So once we, next turn, we'll be able to see if they're interested in Victory Pact. If they're interested in Victory Pact, we could technically win, I think. So the 2 communes here... Oh no, we'd still be short. That's 21 plus 22. Again, we'd be about 45. These guys are actually in decline, apparently, position-wise. Alright, so we got the full brigade across, we do. Okay. Next turn we might look into standing up another brigade. Basically I want enough to run most of the entire border here in professional troops. And we're down to floor political power, so we're not going to really be able to do anything with floor political power. What's our construction situation looking like? High command will be done next turn. We have 1,100 metal sitting around. High command only costs 100, so we're going to have another 1,100 free. Plow that into bureaucratic offices, or could expand the port. Expanding the port may help with the food situation, because our port right now is in theory supposed to only be making 200 food, but it's making us about 300 food. If we expand it, that'll add another 100 to the food, so we'll probably get actually another 150 food. That'll about cover half the shortfall we got. And the question is, why do we have a shortfall? 500, 1,000 something being sent to troops, 1,000, or 1,300, and about 1,400 going to troops, 300, 1,300 coming back. And then the colonists, well, the recruits are feeding food, so yeah, we probably want to expand the production. And the port is probably the, long-term wise, probably the best way to do that, so expand the port. At which point we might reevaluate building some of the other ports. In fact, actually thinking about it, one port that I will want, not that hex. This hex? Yes, that hex. We're going to nationalize that port. So that will, obviously that'll cost us upkeep because we won't be getting the private credits. But we'll get about 50 more food a turn that way. And then we'll probably want some ports elsewhere. You probably want to just build more ports. We've even gone ahead and pre-put road here, for example, for a port that we haven't built yet. Yeah, once the one we're building is done, we might build a few other ports, low-level ports, just to make food and have port structures. Okay. Stealing. This is our turn. Should be, there we go. 6 decisions, bottom of 150. We've discovered serpentization, which is something we will probably want to work on after metal soil filtration. This is a way to turn water into power. It's a high-tech building that turns water into power. It's basically geothermal. And well, this is an ocean planet. We have a lot of water. So that would probably be a little bit more cost-effective than just spamming solar panels everywhere. Okay, so slight delay on the port construction, which is a reasonable thing to expect right now when we start up construction. Looks like it wasn't able to get all its workers, so the city is still hiring up to compensate. It only managed to get 77,000 of the workers. The port expansion apparently eats 12,000 workers, so you got about half the hiring needed in one turn. So leaning around our hiring to get back to full speed. And our high command offices did finish. Found an unusual companion. We'll let him keep his unusual companion. Faction candidate, we'll accept the faction candidate. You want private assets to go to 152, which is only 3 more. We can probably arrange for that. You want to invest in us. I want more private assets, so as much as I don't really want commerce, we'll accept. And then we won't get involved in your internal politics, so let the relationship increase. Command of the 4th. So I can either give it to this really good person, or to this more average person that we just got given from the factions. Let's actually give it to the faction candidate. The better person who's unaligned, we can just give the next brigade. Or the next job, because there's a Cap 4 person, so it'll do any job real well in the long run. In the short run, it's maybe not going to be the best personnel for any given particular job, but... Alright, so we know roughly where the next brigade is going to go. It's going to go along here. So, in theory, we got the Friendship Pact off, so we should be able to see if we can Victory Pact with them. And no. So they do not have a faction power that supports such a pact. They don't. These guys do. Right now, if we were to play it, it would auto-succeed. But they could always undo it later, and it wouldn't immediately give us victory. Is there the commune here with 11? So it would be up to like 33, 34. Because they've been in a little bit of decline, apparently. I'm doing my math right. Might not be doing my math right. Yeah, 33 something. As a side effect, we're also not necessarily in a rush to declare on them, because annexing them isn't, like, Victory Pact or Annex is the same thing functionally, and annexing them is not going to solve our problems either. We do have the political power here to potentially make a play on these guys. If we shout Diplomat up.
Roger that. Roger that.
Critical failure made it worse. Okay. Let's get some spies played.
Copy that.
12 spies in there.
Copy that.
Put 12 spies in there. We got Zoo Project to play, so let's play the Zoo Project. Let's try to boost the quality in our capital, because we're going to start centralizing into the capital a little bit. As we have to build up the higher tech industries, which is more efficient to build a vertical. Okay, so we got a real tiny island here. Real tiny non-land island there. Don't think worth sailing out to. So we got tiny island, big, pretty much uninhabited island except for the nomads. We got hunters down here. Don't think the hunters are Roseable Peace with. Yeah, we're guaranteed to fail that, and more than likely going to critically fail. Though they do have a population center, so maybe at some point trying to find some way to do a naval landing on or near them would be tempting. If we can't nibble annex them. We'll see, we're not in a rush for that. And then, oh, let's back to tech. Cell filtration's up to 69. Definitely feeling the, I've got the tech on, well, I got the development on slow in this game. Which was very interesting in the last one. In this one, because we've got a bunch of sea stuff going on, it's a little bit more staticky. And I think we got better metal on the last one. Between metal mines and ruins, because the last one I ran, the last plan I ran was I potentially intentionally rolled it high for ruins, but it had a lot of ruins on it. Whereas this one's still following the journal trope that if you got petrol, you don't got metal. So we got like 2 metal mines, and they're not great metal mines. Hence why we're sort of beelining for the metal tool filtration. Don't like that I'm seeing some squids, so we'll have to pre-position some troops to keep the squids from becoming a problem. Another plea of friendship, so that's good to see. Okay, that should hopefully stop those squids from coming ashore. Oh, we can grab one of these trucks as well. You want meritocracy 68? I do too, so I'll accept even though it may fail. Oh, no new orders here. Custom formation type. We'll postpone. To modify the bigger ones, we need more points, so we're not in a rush to do that right away. We'll give them some of their design, or some of their demands. Yep, you can have full support dealing with the Marauders, and full support dealing with the Marauders. Rogue Doctor. If we got the... Okay, we're likely to fail, but attempt to close it.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and he succeed. Still, it has immediately been closed. Down. Job well done.
Understood.
Alright, and Foreign Affairs with the Major. We already worked out last turn that Victory Pact is not going to work on them. We'll check again. Things may have changed. They haven't changed. So then we want to work towards freedom of movement, which first starts with trade, then goes free trade, and then it's freedom of movement.
Roger that.
We got 19 political power left. We do have that fleet of friendship, so we'll fleet friendship these guys
Roger that.
into Shadow Diplomat on the Foreign Affairs.
Roger that.
And then we should be able to do the offer protection of them. And we got a little bit higher probability of success here. So we need to roll 86 plus.
Roger that.
Failure, not a critical failure, so the difficulty should stay about the same on the next attempt. That's a little powered for the turn. Then construction-wise, we are working on that port. That port's supposed to be eating 250 metal a turn, so we have exactly about the right amount of metal to finish it up, once we account for what's coming in. So in theory, I think that means that it's time if I... Well, I might not have the political power for this, so let's see. To raise a... Yeah, we don't have the political power. We'll have to come back when we got more political power to raise another brigade. I've got the recruits, so that's not the problem. The problem is the political power. Food's getting a little bit low, so we're going to have to buy some more food. That is one of the reasons we are trying to build up the ports and such, is to make more food.
Affirmative.
They also are logistical assets, so when we do resupplies across the ocean, they work for that. Okay, so our transport contracts with Dahlia Bay are about to expire. Not exactly showing when's the best time to play the card. I'm gonna try this. No, we can't try this turn because we're out of political power this turn. Next turn, I need to remember to do a transport contract. So on this zone here, so we can see if we can get a transport route between here and here on the following turn. I do have the zone set up to feed the local troops from the local food supply. So if the supply does get interrupted, it shouldn't immediately result in troops starving. Hopefully. And no one's shooting, so they don't necessarily need to get bullets from the central supply. I suppose the bureaucracy may not work with no supply. Because that wouldn't have... Well, no, we got some power over there too, so most of it should vaguely might not have the right amount of power. So some localized brownouts might occur. Okay, so they're moving to the left side, so we're going to have to do a shimmy to the left to protect the road. That's not too bad. Round 152 with 2 decisions. Okay, so we need to readjust this. Do still want Supreme Command at 30. And want these two at 15%. We'll take the model design down. Model design will take the hit to give space for the incoming staff council. Yeah.
Roger that. Understood.
Okay, so we got the political power. So if I am aware, so we're going to see in MTH here with the contract, we've got a 0 round left on that contract, so I need to... Either I would need to extend it, which would... from here, which would be expensive, right? So we'd be paying 700 something of credits a round. Or I can let it expire and pay political power to make a new contract. And that new contract would be less expensive, but we'd have to pay a political power outlay to make it happen. Basically renegotiating it instead of just extending it. So we're going to go with the renegotiate it option. So next turn, we should get that trade mission show, or the contract showing up. Okay, so that should keep them from coming along shore. Small chance. Actually, we can move that. That works. That works real well. Okay, so they shouldn't come ashore and cause problems. They can attack our units. I'm fine with them doing that. Just as long as they don't come ashore and cause problems. And then construction-wise, we are still working on that port, so no more delays there. We do definitely now have enough metal to finish that. Do we have enough to raise a brigade? Yes. Raise a light brigade. And the next turn that can start to deploy to its staging areas. Okay. Then Shadow Diplomat, the Foreign Affairs Counselor.
Roger that.
Then offer protection. These guys.
Roger that.
Failure. This time we only missed by 4. No, yeah, only missed by 5. So if we had 4 more, fail, but if we had 5 more, we would succeed. Oh, I suppose I could have played the commercial project, just to raise the zone desirabilities. Okay, there we go. Got a lot of decisions coming around. Round 158, 11 decisions. Oh, we got advanced sensors. So we're on our way to getting high-tech factories. That's really not a great decision, because we're just gonna hit confirm.
Roger that.
Tech-wise. Oh, I also need polymer armor for that, do I? Where's polymer armor? It's not in that group. We expected it to be close by. Oh, it's over here in advanced chemistry. Okay, so we need to get polymer armor to do heavy combat armor. Because we already have combat armor. I was trying to like, why is heavy combat not lighting up if we have combat? And the answer is because we need polymer armor for it. So if I can pick up one more in advanced engineering, we can start discovering things in atomics and energetics. Energetics in particular, we're interested in high-tech industry. Because we're going to need high-tech parts to both build metal cell filtration, serpentization, and heavy industry. Heavy industry means we'll no longer need to workshop up heavy or machine parts. Metal cell filtration is basically we can pull metal out of the ground anywhere, not just mines, in basically any of our cities. But that's pretty high-tech part heavy, that's high-tech part heavy. Serpentization is sort of the power equivalent of metal cell filtration, but it's high-tech part heavy. And then basically most of heavy industry is high-tech, or is heavy industry, or is machine part heavy. So we'll do the quad machine guns, because then that gives us an option for upgrading machine guns. Run into some of the demands. Yeah, you have my priority to get that dealt with. We like fists. We'll actually take the one that drops the opinion here.
Understood.
Raise the opinion there. Okay, so this is our transport contract. We want to unload at the port. So most of these you're going to see are going to be unload at various beaches, basically. With the exception of that's not the port one. So we can do that port. Another one that was a port. Well, that's the port we want to unload to, I know. So, okay, so that's the other port I saw. Okay, so we can, apparently we're allowed to put multiple contracts to the same port. Or you can set another contract up when you've only got one turn left. Either way. Needless to say, we need to redo that one. So we're going to redo that one. And we want to... Oh, maybe you have to do them to 2 different ports, probably. So, obviously that would be a possible destination because I've got different places it can come from. Okay. And then we want to obviously do from the capital. Interesting that that's an option. But yeah, we'll do the capital. 500 points is the limit there? Let's go back here. So, we want to do 2 there with the embarkation. We're getting throttled by money or something. Let's sell off and generate some money. Actually, in this case, I think it's better to sell off the rare earth metal.
Affirmative.
Okay. And then from the capital, and no, we're only getting options for 500 logistical points. I'm surprised we're not getting more. Okay, we'll take that one. Also accept scientific cooperation.
Roger that.
Favor the humanists. You become commander. Yeah, so Delia Bay. I know in the past we were allowed to have more transport tonnage. I'm surprised we're only getting offered 500 that time. And offers, well, the previous one was 1,000, so we've had bigger offers. And then, yeah, I'm surprised it was offering transport from this port, which would be on Das Cargo, to Dahlia Bay location. So I suppose there might be some way to get something over there from them. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna do the transport contract in this zone.
Affirmative.
I suppose I could try getting a transport contract here. See if we can get something to land the nomads, for example. Then we're a little short in political power for other stuff, like major diplomacy. We've already got the trade contract going. I'd want to do not free movement, free trade, it's the next one, but we don't have political power for it right now. Maybe summon some via... Yeah, we'll pay some...
Roger that.
Pay a fate point, get some political power right away. Then major, that allows us to do the free trade. Free trade.
Roger that.
Nope, and actually fail on it. Not so keen on the free trade at the moment. And then minor, we can do Shadow Diplomat, Foreign Affairs Counselor.
Roger that.
Offer protection.
Roger that.
Not yet. And then zone-wise, we can go ahead and deploy some commercial projects.
Roger that. Order received.
Did we grab any new ruins down here? No. Okay, so the archaeological choice is not important. Just do a private investment in capital then.
Affirmative.
And then workshop up a little bit of ammo. One of these days I'm going to have to build an ammo factory. Yeah, and right now we're definitely running into a situation where we've got enough industry, but we're just being throttled by the limitations of our metal. Which hence the reason I'm trying to run for the metal soil filtration. So we should have enough metal with our metal incoming to afford that. That might have been, but then that must mean they're doing transport contracts with other people. Because they just... My 1,000 one just timed out, so the capacity dropped by 1,000. When I go back to ask for the 1,000 back, they only give me 500. Is a little suspect. Responding to a Twitch chat message was saying that might be all the capacity they had left when I was looking at the transport contract. Granted, I don't think I wanted the 1,000 not because I need the 1,000. I wanted the 1,000 because that's what I need to send tanks back and forth. Strategic movement. We'll be able to make do with the 500. Just means we can't deploy any tanks. Sea landing wise. We have 4 decisions. And then tank destroyers. Another commercial project, good to see. I don't actually have the high velocity guns. Usually I run my tank destroyers like they're World War II tank destroyers with armor-piercing cannons.
Understood.
Okay, so this is the Dahlia Bay one. This one needs to be to a port location, to that port location in particular. From that location. Let's source some more money, because we'd like it to be a fairly long duration, if possible. Just going to be selling off rare metals. Our petrol's going down, but I think our petrol doesn't go down very fast, so let's grab a small sell off on the petrol.
Affirmative.
Okay, so we get 16 round one. Wouldn't be quite as cost effective as the 42 round one, but we'll go 16, because at least we can get it off. Anyway, so we can ship to there. Where else are you recommending? Or else are you plausibly suggesting? There. Okay, so the only one we'd be potentially interested in is that one. Oh, and we can ship from the capital, so they'll happily move into the neighboring territory to do that transport. Here's an example of I'm getting offered all the sizes once again. So don't know why Dahlia Bay isn't willing to give me all my choices, but the other guys over here are. This would be exploratory. We'd probably just send over infantry. So we'll go low mount, long time.
Roger that.
Okay, so with that, let's actually do a strategic move and get someone. Oh, no, that'd be next turn. Next turn we'll do a strategic move to send someone over there. And then we obviously want to probably free up some more units. This is a place where I'm not necessarily going to attack those nomads. We're just going to be slowly expanding, probably with the militia units, until we run into nomads. But if I can, I'll free up some militia little regiments to do the strategic move with. Okay. Power's going down. Granted, that might be due to interruptions with the transport network, which should get restored next turn. Yeah, so we can see who they're giving to each one. I guess everyone else has been buying up all the spare tonnage, maybe. That might be what's going on, why they're not offering it. So I'm the person buying the least amount of tonnage from them. I got 7 shares out, and we only have 1 of them. I was willing to try if I was richer to buy shares, we could do stock dilution to buy up a bunch of their Slayer shares, but not right now. Major-wise, let's try our free trade again on... Find it. There's free trade. There's free movement. Free trade on these guys. Oh, interesting. The difficulty is up higher. What's up with their opinions? They were more pro-negotiation earlier. And it's not an opinion thing, it's choices. Personal choices of their commander.
Roger that.
Okay, so they're not really open to negotiation with stuff right now. We're going to focus on offering protection to these guys.
Roger that.
Critical fail, so that's a step in the wrong direction. Player commercial project.
Roger that.
Let's get some investor backing.
Yes. Roger that. Roger that.
Okay. Then construction-wise, we're still working on that port expansion. 2 turns to completion. Currently not expecting delays. We may run into a little bit of metal near the end as a problem. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. And back to us. Now, looking at the time, I should go ahead and put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, because I am going to record another part tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm literally going to stand up, stretch the legs, and sit back down to record the next part, because I'm interested in what's currently going on. So I'm definitely not going to spend much time. And I got a half a cup of tea in front of me, so there's no reason to take a break. That's any real length of the month. But this is where I am going to put the part break in. So, once again, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Until the next part, catch you then. Bye for now.